When the IRS levies a taxpayer's bank account, that can have an immediate and devastating impact on the taxpayer and the family. It can wipe out all of the taxpayer's immediate source of cash. How does one address this immediately? What are the options available? Where does one turn to for help? Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to TaxBulldog for the best thoughts and ideas for trimming your tax debt. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to defeat an IRS bank levy, how a bank levy works, the impact it has on taxpayers, and how to get it released. Now, these videos are to help you to help yourself to avoid costly professional fees. If your situation has a level of complexity, then you may want to consult a tax professional. These videos will at least give you an introduction of what to expect and to know when someone is just misleading you. In these videos, I will make references to links and resources on the web. Often I will display them on the screen and I'll put them in the description below. If the link is lengthy, I'll just list it in the description below. If you feel you need professional help, see my video on selecting a tax professional to represent you at this link. In these videos, I'm not going to be able to cover all angles, aspects, and specifics of every situation. This is general in nature and will hopefully guide you to finding more information as you need it. I will cover information on states where I can, but there are 50 states and each having their own unique tax laws. While I have worked with many states in my many years in this profession, they do change at times. The information I provide in this video is not legal advice and should not be relied upon as such. All or portions of this video are copyrighted and all rights are reserved. So, to get down to this subject, in this video I'm going to discuss what happens when a bank or financial institution account is levied. What options are available? Who does the taxpayer contact for an immediate release? Now, I should make it clear as to the difference between a levy and a lien. They almost sound alike and it's easy to confuse the two, but they are very different from each other. A levy is when the IRS takes possession of bank account funds or other property. If they take possession of property, that is usually called a property seizure. A property seizures will be a topic of another video in the near future. A lien is when the IRS or state files a notice of secured interest in property the taxpayer owns. Now, these are typically filed in the county courthouse for the county in which the taxpayer lives. They don't take possession of the property unless they foreclose on it by virtue of their lien, and that rarely happens. This again is the topic of another video in the near future. Now, in regards to bank levies, the law references are the Internal Revenue Manual 5.11 and Internal Revenue Code section 6331. I will put the links to these in the description below. The IRS or state does not jump to doing a levy quick and easy. It is a drastic step, and it's a last resort for them. They try to resolve the tax debt and give taxpayer a lot of opportunity to resolve the issue before getting this drastic. Some people may disagree with this, but the taxpayer is given plenty of opportunity for due process. There may be some reasons for the taxpayer not responding to the IRS, as I will outline shortly. If the taxpayer has a delinquency history, the IRS or state may circumvent the process as the taxpayer has been down this road before and should know better. Again, there may be reasons for not responding. There are cases whereas the taxpayer did not receive notice due to relocations, unintentional absence, or other circumstances beyond the taxpayer's control. So, what happens when a bank or financial institution is levied? Hereafter, I will refer to bank and financial institution levies as a bank levy. Now, this is something you will need to give your immediate and full attention to resolve it quickly. Typically, the bank will set aside funds that were in your account as of close of business the prior business day. The bank sets these funds aside and holds them for 21 calendar days. On the 22nd day, or the next business day thereafter, the bank sends the funds to the IRS if a release has not been negotiated. Now, during this process, checks and charges may clear the bank or be rejected for payment. During this process, the taxpayer will likely suffer overdraft charges from the bank. Now, this 21-day holding period gives the taxpayer time to make a claim to release the levy and funds back to the bank account. If funds are deposited to the bank account after the bank processes the levy, those funds are not attached by the levy. A bank levy is a one-time shot for the IRS in most states. Now, some state levies do have a continuous effect. That depends on your state's laws. So what options are available? Taxpayer has the 21 days to contact the IRS and to negotiate a release of the levy. States may have some different time periods. Taxpayer will have to prove an immediate financial hardship. Typically, the taxpayer must prove an inability to meet basic life necessities, basically food, shelter, and health care. Expenses that will cause an inconvenience is not considered a necessary expense for this purpose. Now here are some hardship examples, and there may be others that apply depending on the case. Mortgage or rent. Is the taxpayer under an eviction notice within 10 days if the mortgage or rent is not paid? Now there are some circumstances whereas the taxpayer is at the end of a mortgage foreclosure redemption period and the sheriff is at the door with an eviction notice. Utilities. Will the taxpayer's electric or heat be cut off within 10 days if not paid? Cable, internet, telephone, sewer, trash, etc. doesn't count. One can live without those for a short time. Medications. Is the taxpayer in need of a life-sustaining medication that will run out in 10 days or less? Medical care. Is the taxpayer in need of life-sustaining medical treatment that will not be performed if the taxpayer is not able to pay for it or the copayment? And any other expense that is life-sustaining that will run out or be cut off within 10 days. You may also ask for a release if there were circumstances that prevented the taxpayer from being able to respond to the IRS or state collections in a timely manner. Perhaps the taxpayer was incapacitated or hospitalized. Perhaps there was a devastating event like a fire, flood, or a natural disaster. Who do you contact for an immediate release? Contact the agent or office listed on the levy notice received. If the notice was not received by the taxpayer, call the IRS at 800-829-1040. Sometimes people move and don't let the IRS know where they went. Therefore, the notice may have been undeliverable, but they still know where your bank is. When the IRS is contacted, tell them a levy release is being requested and the taxpayer needs immediate help. The taxpayer will need to be prepared to prove the hardship, as I explained previously. Also, the taxpayer will need to be prepared to propose an installment agreement or qualify for a currently not collectible status if the tax cannot be paid in full. The taxpayer will also be required to be in compliance with all tax returns filed before any releases or negotiations will be considered. Now that can be a dilemma. If the taxpayer does not have the knowledge to prepare their own taxes, they may need funds to pay for preparation. Sometimes the IRS may release back the exact amount of funds needed for the preparation fee by a qualified tax professional. So as a recap, when the IRS or state levies a taxpayer's bank account, it is immediate and freezes the funds in the account. The taxpayer has 21 days to resolve it, or else the money goes to the government. The taxpayer has options to negotiate a release of the levy if it causes an immediate hardship that prevents the taxpayer from paying for basic life necessities. The taxpayer can contact the IRS or state at the phone number on the levy. If none is available, call 800-829-1040 for the IRS. For its state, find a local office by searching the web or local telephone directory service. Now here are some resources, and I'll put these in the description below. I got TaxBulldog.com. This is my website. I got many articles, documents, forms, and other information in regards to dealing with tax collection and audit issues. I try to demystify things. /IRS Back Taxes book. This is a book that I wrote, and it's available online at this link. TaxBulldog here on YouTube for helpful videos. IRS on YouTube at this link. And this is a treasure trove of helpful videos for taxpayers. It's very good stuff. IRS on tax scams, and I'll put the link to that in the description below. This is what to watch out for in the games that scammers play to steal your money. They are very good at it because they are professional thieves. So in closing, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it and you got some useful information and ideas from it, please give me a like and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. This is all I do, and I do it well. Please subscribe to see my future videos as I produce them, so you can be aware of topics that may be timely and important to you at that time. Be sure to hit that bell icon and check the box so you will not miss out on any new information. Please leave your comments below. I can answer general questions here. For specifics, please contact me at TaxBulldog.com. From time to time, I will update the descriptions of my videos as I add other relative videos and information as an update. Check back often if you need more information. I may have something new for you. After a period of time, some of the tax law, regulations, processes, forms, and procedures can change. I will post updates on my website at TaxBulldog.com and in the videos here on YouTube. I will also post updates and descriptions of previously posted videos. After a period of time, some of the links herein may expire as old content is removed or changed from the web by others. Thank you.